Good morning, good morning, good morning. CJ Curry here. We're looking at more NBA player props on today's NBA slate. Lots of games, total 9 NBA games tipping off tonight. Of course, more games means more injury news that we need to pay attention to. So we're going to try to work our way around all of that pending injury news and try to find some early plays here that we could take advantage of. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're not new and you've been here before, feel free to hit the like button, share the channel with somebody out there. I appreciate all the love and support. We've been giving away a free month of Dub Club in each of these videos. Dub Club is our VIP group where I send out picks, plays, parlays, stats, and information to the community, to people like you who are trying to win more together. So if you're interested in that, well, there's a link pinned down in the comment section below. If you don't win today's giveaway, maybe you decide you want to jump into the 7-day free trial of Dub Club and get started with us there. All right, so let's go ahead and pick a name from yesterday's comment section. You guys left a lot of fantastic comments. Appreciate everybody who commented on yesterday's video. Lots of different player props were left, but there was only one that was chosen. It was this one right here. Colton Stott 3394 left a comment. He was liking Cam Johnson for more or over on the 15.5 points. And lucky you, Mr. Colton, Cam Johnson finished with 17 points yesterday. So he did go over his points line of 15.5. Congratulations to you. So what you need to do now is go down to the description of the video, join our Discord for free through that link. And then once you've joined Discord, send me a DM and I'll get you set up with Dub Club access for an entire month, a $20 value for free. All right. And we'll be doing this again today, giving away another month of Dub Club to somebody down in the comment section. All you have to do is be a subscriber to this YouTube channel, hit the like button for me, and then go down in the comment section, comment your favorite NBA player prop of the day. If that player prop gets selected and it ends up being a winning pick, then you could be the next winner of a free month of Dub Club. So congratulations to Colton. Let's go ahead and get into today's NBA picks. Like I said, total of 9 games today. I've kind of scraped and scoured and went over the board here on PrizePicks. And by the way, if you're not playing on PrizePicks, you should be playing on PrizePicks by now. They're still doing that nice little first-time deposit, first-time user offer. So the first $5 that you play on PrizePicks, they're going to give you $50 back. All you have to do is use code CJ Curry when you make your first deposit to take advantage of this fantastic little deal that they're still offering. All right, so what are we looking at today? Dillon Brooks of the Houston Rockets. I'm looking at his points and rebounds at 18.5. This is looking a little high. They will be without Amen Thompson, but they will be getting Fred VanVleet back. So, you know, a couple of different moving parts here for the Houston Rockets recently. But the under is the way that I'm looking at because, well, quite frankly, the sportsbook data says take the under on Dillon Brooks. So let's pull that up for you right now. We use a number of different data points, one being the way that the action or the lines are moving, the juice, the money is coming in on these sports books. We use that. We also use some very good NBA player projection models from across the different, industries. And we take a peek at the hit rates too. So looking at Dillon Brooks here at 18.5 points plus rebounds, the top way to play Dillon Brooks right now, according to the odds, is the under on the 18.5 PR, 52.83% chance that he stays under. You see a lot of these sports books are offering him at 17.5 points plus rebounds, meaning his line is starting to move down. All right, and I would not be surprised if this gets bumped down to 18 PR, maybe even a full point bump down to 17.5 PR. But the number that I like is the under on the 18.5 PR. So this one's looking really good here at first glance. Now, of course, we're going to go and apply some projections to this using a number of different player projection models. And this one is over on RotoWire. So RotoWire's built out a really good DFS player pick'em style app where you can look up all of your different player prop, picks and get a good idea of the hit rates, of the projections, of how they stack up against other DFS apps. And it looks really good here. A lot of Dillon Brooks props that you could take today. The ones that are leaning less are just the points. So you could go under on the points at 14.5 if you wanted to, or you could go under on the points plus rebounds. So when we crack this little card open here, you get met with a number of different data points. As I mentioned, you get a quick overview or summary of what Dillon Brooks could potentially do. Then you got the DFS pick'em sites like DraftKings Pick 6, Sleeper, Underdog, so it kind of compares to those. And then you've got the different sports books out there like DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, Hard Rock Bet, and BetMGM, so it kind of compares to those. Then it gives you their proprietary projection. Now, this projection is a little bit high. It's 19.47 points plus rebounds, which puts them at about a 0.97 overplay. But as I mentioned in previous videos, you have to take off about 10% from any of these projections that you end up seeing. So if he's projected for 19.47, you're going to want to take off about at least 10%, maybe even as high as 15, 20% off of this projection to get more of a true or accurate read on his projection. So that would put him closer to 18 points plus rebounds than 19. So I don't mind this projection. It's not that much higher than 18.5, in other words. But the reason that we look at multiple NBA projection models is because each model is going to yield a little bit of a different result. So let's go over here to Fantasy Labs, where they've got Dillon Brooks projected for 16.7 points plus rebounds, which puts him well under that 18.5 number. So that's a very good projection if we're thinking about leaning under on Dillon Brooks today. Another projection for Brooks, this one's going to be Roto Grinders and their shot quality player projections. They've got him at 16.06 points plus rebounds, putting him under the 18.5 number. And then over here on FanDuel, we go find Dillon Brooks here. FanDuel, formerly known as Number Fire, it's still free, which is good news, you know, for those who are looking for a free option for player projections. But anyway, you got Dillon Brooks projected for 12.5 points and 3.5 rebounds, which puts him right around 16 points plus rebounds. So they like the under on Dillon Brooks as well. So I'm leaning toward the under because, hey, a lot of these projection models, a lot of the money coming in is leaning toward the under, and usually those data points are a lot smarter than I am, quite frankly. The next guy we're looking at is Onyeka Okongwu here of the Atlanta Hawks. Now, he's going to be going up against Mark Williams. Mark Williams is expected to play for the Charlotte Hornets. Very good defensive big man is Mark Williams. Very good rebounding big man is Mark Williams. So I can kind of get on board here with why these projection models would be forecasting Okongwu to be going under 26.5 points plus rebounds. So that's the play. That's what we're looking at. So let's run it through the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer here just by typing in Onyeka Okongwu's name. And if you want to get your hands on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, this tool right here should be in your PrizePicks toolkit. This should be in your bag because it's going to go out there, like I said, scan all these different sports books. It's going to compare PrizePicks lines, underdog lines, sleeper lines, better lines versus all these other sites and platforms. And so that right there is a very valuable piece of information. So Okongwu is sitting at 26.5 points plus rebounds. This one has about a 53.4% chance of staying under based on the odds pulled from these various books and apps. Now, you take a look at FanDuel. They've got him at 25.5. DraftKings has him at 25.5. It's just a matter of time, people, before PrizePicks puts him down to 26, maybe even 25.5 points plus rebounds. It's coming, all right? You kind of can read into the tea leaves here and see which way these markets are starting to trend on Okongwu, and it looks like the under on the PR, the under on the points, those are both solid-looking options. The top two ways to play Okongwu right now are unders on both of those player props. So let's go take a look at some projections here for Okongwu. We're going to go over to RotoWire. RotoWire has a mixed bag here of Okongwu props. You could take the under on the points plus rebounds like we talked about, or the under on the points and assists, or the under on the points. They all look like solid options. Some of the overs would be the over on the points, rebounds, and assists if you wanted to go that way. Potentially the over on the rebounds, but yeah, I'm going to stick to my guns here and take the under on the points plus rebounds. But if this one does get bumped down and the other props like his points and assists or points are not bumped yet, then you could always pivot over to one of those. But he's projected for about 26.78 points plus rebounds. Again, we're shaving 10% off of that number, which puts him under 26.5. You can kind of get an idea of what Okongwu has done or has not done in some of these recent games here by looking at these hit rates that RotoWire provides you right inside of their app. So little preview there on Okongwu. Let's go take a look at the projections for him. We're going to go over to Fantasy Labs, they've got him at 24.8 points plus rebounds, putting him well under 26.5 by almost 2 whole PR, which is a pretty big advantage for us. These are the types of opportunities that you want to take advantage of and bet on. When you get a gap, a differential in a market like points plus rebounds of 1 to 2, sometimes even more points plus rebounds, you should probably pounce on those opportunities. Take a look at shot quality. They've got him at 25.7 points plus rebounds, so putting him under once again of the 26.5 number, a little bit higher than some of the other sites, but still under, especially when you think about taking another 10% off of that. And then last but not least, we're going to go back over here to FanDuel Research, formerly known as Number Fire, and take a look at Onyeka Okongwu's projections there. He's projected for about 15 points, about 9.1 rebounds, which puts him at about 24.1 points plus rebounds, which is less than 26.5. So another reason to take the under on Okongwu. All right. Next guy up, Lamelo Ball from that same game, but the other side of that game. Lamelo Ball sitting out here at 7.5 assists. Now, guys, listen. There's always risk involved when taking any sort of player prop, whether that be the over or the under, whether that be on a superstar like Nikola Jokic or a star like Lamelo Ball, all right? There's always risk involved here. I know some of you guys are going to look at this and be like, but it's Lamelo Ball. He just had 10 assists in his last game. I know. Hey, we're just riding with the data here. We're removing any bias. We're taking out what our thoughts, opinions, feelings are, and we're just riding with the numbers here. So the under on 7.5 assists looks like the way to go here on Lamelo Ball based on that data. So let's go back here to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Type in Ball's name. You can see that of the options for Lamelo Ball, the top option is going to be the under on the assist, a 53.5% chance that he stays under 7.5 assists. Some of the sports books out there, Pinnacle, which is considered sort of the gold standard of sports books, the sharpest lines or odds out there, they have them going under. FanDuel, minus 154, betting favorite on FanDuel to go under. And he's a betting favorite to go under on pretty much every other app, book, site that exists. Okay, so the under on Lamelo Ball looking like the way to go here. Taking a look at the projections for Lamelo Ball. We go over here to RotoWire. We crack open his assist projection, 7.62. Again, shave another 10% off of that, and that puts him under 7.5, probably closer to 7 assists. He does frequently land on 6 to 7 assists. If you take a look at some of his game logs here, he did have 10 in his last game versus Miami, but prior to that, 7 assists, 6 assists, 7 assists, 3 assists. And then you have to go all the way back to February 24th to find the last game that he had prior to that Miami game where he had just over 7.5 assists. At Sacramento, he had 9 assists. But for the most part, over his last 10 games or so, he's only gone over this figure in 3 out of his last 10. Okay, so he hasn't really been dropping as many dimes lately. I don't think Charlotte's really interested in winning very many more ball games at this point in the season. Most teams kind of know who they are as a team. They're battling, for one of the top draft picks are the Charlotte Hornets. They're not battling for a playoff spot. They're not battling for a championship. They're battling for Cooper Flagg. I mean, how awesome would it be if they were able to draft Cooper Flagg, a Duke product, and have him play in Charlotte? I think it would be a great way to sell some tickets if you're the Charlotte Hornets brass. But anyway, I digress. Taking a look at some other projections here on LaMelo Ball. We're going to go back over to Fantasy Labs and looking at just the assists, 6.5, a whole assist under. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're talking about rebounds, you're talking about assists, 1 point differential on a projection versus a line is huge when it comes to rebounds and assists. Not so huge when it comes to something like points or points plus rebounds plus assists, but on a stat like rebounds or assists, this one right here, yeah, that's a pretty big differential. Take a look at the other projections. LaMelo Ball is at 6.76 assists. So again, you shave another 10% off of that. That puts him down closer to 6 assists tonight, which looks good. If he has 6, 7 assists, we're okay with that. We don't want him to have 8 or more. And then back over here, we go to FanDuel Research and taking a look at LaMelo Ball's projection there. They've got LaMelo at 7.4 assists, a little bit higher, but again, got to take 10% off of that. So 7 or fewer assists, probably more of where LaMelo Ball is setting up for tonight. So that would be an underplay for you there. Got one more pick. I'm going to hit you guys with 4 picks in today's video instead of 3. Leave a like if you appreciate me going the extra mile and giving you an extra pick today. Hopefully this one ends up coming through. This guy's been doing a pretty good job of grabbing rebounds and dishing out assists, but again, riding with the data here, OG Anunoby under 8.5 rebounds and assists looks like the better way to go. He's gone over in the last 2 games. Maybe he cools off tonight against Portland. Styles make fights. Matchups are everything. And we're going to ride with the data once again here on OG Anunoby. Under 8.5 rebounds plus assists. So let's go take a look at where he is at here. We're going to see, first and foremost, about the sportsbook data on OG Anunoby. The best way to play Anunoby right now, according to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizers, by taking the under on his 8.5 rebounds and assists. About a 52.5% chance that he stays under on 8.5 rebounds and assists. I mean, look, he's a minus 144 betting favorite under on FanDuel. Not as strong of odds on some of these other books and sites. Pinnacle does not have a line for him up. Some of these other sites do not have lines for him up, but 52.5% chance of the books and odds that we can reference. So the under is the lean right here based on all the mathematical factors here on OG Anunoby. So let's go take a look at some of the projections for OG. When we go over here to RotoWire, 8.5 rebounds and assists. Again, he has cleared in his last couple of games. He does have some big performances where he goes over 8.5 rebounds and assists. So if you don't like this pick, you don't have to take it. We're just riding with the numbers here. Data-driven research and process. But yes, the projection for OG Anunoby is sitting at 8.59. Again, you want to shave about 10% off of that. So that's going to bring him closer to 8 rebounds and assists than 9. So that looks like a decent option for you. Going back over here to Fantasy Labs, they've got a projection of 7.1 rebounds and assists, putting him well under 8.5 for OG Anunoby. And then we're going to go back over here to Shot Quality. Shot Quality's got him at 7.17 rebounds and assists. And of course, we can't end this video without looking at FanDuel research. And when we do that, you can see a projection of about 4.8 rebounds, about 2.4 assists, which puts him right around 7.2 rebounds and assists. Again, putting him under 8.5 rebounds and assists. So that would be your last play of the day, pick number 4. But that's what I've got for you today. What do you got for me? Now's where I turn things over to you guys. Go down in the comment section below if you want to win a free month of Dub Club. Get all my picks, plays, and parlays for an entire month at no cost to you. Well, leave a comment. Put your favorite player prop down there. If that player prop ends up hitting, I'm going to select you from the comments section as long as you've subscribed and hit the like button. And if you want to share the video with somebody you care about who's into betting on NBA player props, I'd appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Good luck on all your picks, plays, and parlays. I'll be sending the first slip out to Dub Club community members right after I end this video. Peace.